Hello everybody, welcome to Webinar Sessions 2021 PlayBox New. As you know, last year we did a number of sessions, and based on the tremendous response we got from all of you, we decided to keep on going and keep this channel open to have the communications going both ways. We'd love to hear your opinion, your questions, tailor some of the sessions based on your request. We would love to keep going and informing you on what's new on technology, telling you some workflow scenarios that we've came across, maybe give you some advice and workshops on a particular products, or some ideas on how to get the most out of your system, updates, upgrades, and so on. So we'll keep on going with the same format this year. I will do my presentation briefly. Hope not to get anybody bored. And then we'll get into question and answer session. In this software that we're using, there is a QA panel, questions and answer. Please use this panel after I finish my presentation and open the floor. So this will be the way to keep chatting and sending questions and answers back and forth. Our sales representatives are also online with me, support guys, broadcast engineers, they'll be also available even after we finish with the webcast session. You can answer your question later if you miss something now. This webinar session will be available also on our YouTube channel shortly after we finish it. So let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. Newsroom automation based on our products. So let me just share my screen, and the core of the system is obviously the playout. What we do the best is a product called ProductionAirBox Neo, which is in essence up to 4 instances per server can be configured, and you can control them from a single interface or I'm currently using a remote interface, so actually the server is somewhere else. It's not on my computer, but I can see instances. These are on one server, but they can be on multiple servers, which again makes it extremely flexible to use. Different operators can use different instances. They can be assigned to them to control them, to operate them, and so on. You have seamless, gapless playback. You have all the time you can update the playlist, change order of files. Even if you're capturing a file with another system, you can still put it in the playlist and play back whatever is captured. You have the media bins assigned to the players that you can drag and drop files into the playlist. You have very powerful feature called end of clip actions, which determines what happens with the file after it's played. Continue is the default action, obviously, which will play the next file, and so on. You can loop the file, you can loop the whole playlist, you can do freeze last frame, cue next one, and so on. You'll see a little bit more of this in the demonstration working with the Newsroom system. So as you recall, probably we announced this Newsroom workflow scenario as a webinar at the end of last year, but we decided to postpone it a little bit, not just because of the holidays. We all love the holidays and we all needed that time with family and to get a little bit of holiday cheer. But the most important thing was we did a lot of new developments in our MOS gateway, which now is completely redesigned. And you can see now it's a server application with a web interface. And for those of you that seen other presentations of Capture Suite, our new product last year, they can see very similar interface. So it's a server client application. We can do 2 servers, so redundancies immediately achieved. And you can see I have different news servers, and the new thing that we want to present to you is the Octopus system, which is another Newsroom system. It has been added to support in our product line. Currently, ENPS, Associated Press, is supported, Inception, ROS, Mirror News, and Octopus now. iNews is coming very soon. We are about to enter the testing stages of this one. So once it's ready again, we'll do announcement. But in general, the way those systems work is very similar. So I'll focus more on the Octopus today because it's kind of the new thing. ENPS we've been having for several years. So here's my ENPS server on another machine, which I have assigned to my player 3 and 4. And this is my Octopus new system, which is being assigned to player 1 and 2. So let me just go back quickly to my gateway. So what do we, let's say for this particular one, what do I configure? First, I configure where's the location of the storage, obviously, what type of extensions, which one I want to filter so I don't see files that don't, you know, thumbnails and stuff like this in my browsing plugin, the media browsing plugin. So, and here I have the channels assigned. So I have P1, player 1, I can give a channel ID, any description that makes sense to me, which is channel 1. And you have two types of mode to update the playlist. Auto means every change done in the rundown here immediately will reflect automatically into the playlist for the particular players that is assigned to, or it can be set to manual, which means that the operator of the playout needs to load, every time he needs to update the playlist, just load the appropriate rundown for his session, and only then the list will update. So you have both ways to do. I'll stay on automatic because I think it's cool. Makes my life easier because I'm a single guy trying to do both things, you know. So let's start. There is also, you determine what to do with the clip. So hold and cue means that we'll go and hold the last frame and cue the next one after this one is finished. You can set it as a default action here, and same for the other player. All right, so that's it. I don't need to set up anything else here. It's all done and all beautifully set up. So I will try to go here and kind of have these two things. I have a rundown here loaded with some stories, as you can see, but there's no media in them. The list has some items which are empty, some of them are not approved, and so on and so forth. So let's say I have this welcome slug here that I want to go. This is my browser to the media library, which we integrated into the Octopus. And the cool thing is you can do, let's say I want something like a kickbox. I don't even need to do the full word. It does a partial word search so I can find the clip, right? So I can go here and create new item for this particular slug. STD is a story, that means text. You can put some text for the teleprompter, you know. I put some video, so it's not ready because I have to drag and drop some media, which is fine. And now you immediately see I got this one updated here. You see? And it went to both players because I have the part no channel, means it goes to all of the channels assigned to this server. Or I can say, no, I just want this one to go to channel A. And you see it right now, it's only here on channel A. It's not on channel B. And I can have perhaps another video piece associated with this slug that will go, let's say, on the video wall behind the news presenter. And I can just go and do the same thing, but I will assign this one just to B. So you see one file is here, another file is here. So this is perfect for like a B roll type scenario and so on. Of course, this is, I'm doing like running active rundown, doing all this live. You can predetermine all these files and things and do it afterwards, you know, just have everything preset and just use it, template it, and keep changes done up to the last minute. I can save this one, obviously, and I can go and change the order of things. And let's say on this slug, again, has nothing here. I'll add another video here. And you can see this one went before the other one because I moved it, right? I can go and move it underneath, went underneath. All changes, everything is done absolutely in real time. So talking about workflow scenarios, I'll just go for a second here to talk about how, you know, ProductionAirBox Neo is used in most common workflows. First is a purely live system, OB van, stage, live TV studio system. Some of the technical parameters for the one, probably some of you don't know them all. So you can have multiple operators, as I mentioned, running different, controlling different instances. You can have SDI output on each of the channels. You can have NDI output simultaneously, supporting NDI protocol as an output. And you can have another set of 4 outputs that you can superimpose the time code, let's say for the guys in the control room, so they can route it to their multi-viewer if they want it. But if you don't have the multi-viewer, we have another output that you can assign, and this is exactly what you see behind me on the screen. So it's a 4-way multi-viewer, split screen, where you see the running videos, countdown counters, audio meters, and all of this, so you can conveniently, you know, use the product straight out of the box, you know, with live production. We can use VDCP protocol via the VDC PlayBox Neo VDCP manager, which is an older protocol. Obviously, most of you are familiar. Some external automation will send command and control it, or what we started kind of delving more into, the more popular way of doing things through MOS gateway. The Newsroom, computer Newsroom systems support that protocol, media object server protocol. So through the MOS gateway that I've shown you, which was this part, you assign how many instances, how many players, media storage, and you're ready to go, right? So again, the Newsroom system just talks through the gateway and all of, you know, controls the play out. What you can do also, you can have the operators manually clicking on the screen, starting the queues. You can have NDI tally commands on and off, control, play and queue next. You can have a GPI connected to your video switcher to start, queue, whatever you set it to do on the instances of the player, or use a USB keypad, X keys, that you can map all the features, including shuttle and so on. So that's, again, very convenient, very flexible tool. Another thing, ProductionAirBox supports fill and key output. If you assign fill and key output to this for one of the players, you can put video files with alpha channel, single file, no need to render separate files, and you get fill and key, so you can run it again through your video switcher and superimpose or graphics, some animated stuff, pre-rendered video files, and so on. Another thing that you can do, which is very convenient, you can put still JPEG images in the playlist, and they'll just play as a, you know, on a predetermined time. They will play as a slideshow. You can put audio files. So very, very flexible and versatile player. And the way it communicates, you see how seamless it is. You can have the journalists keep adding new stories, keep adding new information, media files, updating last minute files. All of this is completely immediately shows up here. You know, on the fly gets updated, and the person that is on the video switcher can just be next, open this channel, start automatically to queue on the next file, and so on. So this is how the system works. Same thing works with Associated Press ENPS system. I have some very rudimentary rundown I put here. As you can see my files, I can go and let me just try to kind of shrink it a little bit so we can all see. These two players now here, number 3 and number 4 C and D, are assigned to this system. Very similar way like the first one I shown you. Like you can see this server here, they're assigned, they're in auto update mode, same, exactly the same thing. And I can go move the file into, let's say, into different position. Just say approve. I have to save it first. It's a smart system, and you can see immediately it got updated here. So exactly the same fashion the system works. So no, all the newsroom system, of course, they work in a similar fashion because they do similar job. So it depends on your personal preference, which system feels more comfortable based on your region, more part of the world you're in, what's more popular, what people are more familiar with. Let me see if we have any questions. Let's open the floor. Let's keep it more interactive. Let me know, are you using currently any newsroom system? Are you planning to use one? Are you familiar with our ProductionAirBox Neo player in your current workflow? Like, are you using it just as a simple player, but you want to add this functionality? Please open the question and answers tab on your application, and you can type your questions here right away. Okay. PlayBox, yes, of course. We, as I described, if we have a product that is specifically for CG, which is a title box code, which let me just say, I'll answer live this question. You can use that for graphics, or as I described in this scenario, you can have pre-rendered content as a video with alpha channel and also run it through this system and start it as a file. So you can use either way. If you have any specific workflow, please. Currently with the TriCaster, we have our graphic system outputs NDI, so you can have viewing NDI from our graphic system straight to the TriCaster. So you can easily integrate it there. So you can use our CG application, or as I said, Creator. What's the capacity? I mean, there's no limitation. That means our systems runs on a runs on a normal servers, and you can configure Windows Server with the amount of storage you desire, the amount of Windows will take. I hope that answers your question, or I hope I understood correctly the question. What capacity storage for media files? That depends purely on your infrastructure. You can have a separate network storage, terabytes, whatever the need of your organization. Right. Well, yeah, as my colleague is saying, you can use NAS, anything that you can see on your network and configure your servers to see. It can be used to act as a storage, and you can see it here in the browser. So you can easily see very convenient search to something that has a TV in there, so you can see I can go and immediately find files and drag and drop into my rundown. Can you append playlist? I mean, in this scenario, it's the rundown is the main thing, and basically whatever you update the rundown, it immediately reflects here. So in normal use, not in a newsroom scenario, when it's being controlled from the MOS system, yes, you can append playlists, add more files to a current one, and so on. But in this scenario, this is the boss. This rundown, whatever gets updated here, immediately gets reflected into the players. You know, that's kind of the core of the workflow. But it's one playlist. It's not appending to the playlist in a newsroom scenario. In a normal scenario, you can add, but here it's one playlist, and you say here load playlists. Let's say for this date, 12 o'clock news rundown, and that's what gets updated, because otherwise, what's the point of having two playlists? I mean, you cannot have two rundowns at the same time. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the logic of this question. Exactly. You can, as my colleague says, you can keep adding and updating and adding more items, and, you know, do everything to the current rundown. Even when it's on air, you can keep adding stuff, removing stuff, but you know, it's still the same rundown, because that's the one that we're working on right now. The MOS gateway is a separate module. You talk to your sales rep, depends on what part of the world you're in. Our guys will tell you exactly what's the, you know, how to get the MOS gateway. Basically, you need to have the ProductionAirBox and then get the MOS gateway, which is an option. And again, based on, as I described, you can have it in a redundant situation with two instances, if that's the case, or just run it on the same machine or a separate server. That depends on what you want. It's a software license, and depends on your infrastructure. They will advise you how to best, you know, how to best implement it. But it is a separate option, because some people use, as I said, MOS protocol. Some people use VDCP for older system or older automations. It depends on which one you buy, whatever you need. Okay. Yeah, you can see the guys, the answered questions in the tab answered. So this way you can see what we've been talking. I answer a lot of questions verbally, not typing. But again, if you missed this video, if you're joining us in the middle of this video, please just wait for a day or two. We'll post it on our YouTube channel so you can review the whole session and see if your question's been asked. If not, please don't hesitate, send us an email to any of our guys, sales rep, technical support, and your questions will be answered. Can you run daily playlists with no local program? Of course, you can run normal playlist, not in like a normal player with playlist that will, you just press plays and loop the playlist. But we have a AirBox Neo for this, which has more of a broadcast automation. You can do simple play out through the production player, of course, but the whole point of this is using it in live situations, either as a quick player in multiple screens, multiple sources, and also in the newsroom as a dedicated players for the different AB role, ABCD role instances for to facilitate the news broadcast. Hello, Van. Thank you. Juan, it's not for mainly news. Newsroom is one use of ProductionAirBox Neo scenario. The other is just to use it as a player. I can go here and say clear playlist. So now let me just, yes. So now I cleared the playlist and it's not gonna keep updating because I removed the playlist from the, it's on automatic. So it will keep loading the MOS playlist, but I can just use it as a, regular player with bunch of files. The whole point is, in a normal broadcast, you want to use some automation like add graphics, show station ID, logo, graphics, trigger some graphics, let's say music channel, trigger the names of the songs automatically from the names of the files. For this, we have a product called AirBox or Channel in a Box, which is which is a PlayBox, AirBox, title box, which is the graphics, and you can do a very, very simple broadcast server, which you have capturing media, broadcast automation, play out, and graphics in one single package. We did video on that. You can check on our YouTube site. And if you have a specific question or you need more information on this, please contact one of our sales reps or support guys, and you get all the info. Just check it out. It's called AirBox, Channel in a Box configuration. AirBox is the playout, title box is the graphics, capture box, capture suite now it's called. It's the capturing part. So you have all the elements in a single server to capture, schedule, broadcast with CG, full automation in a single server. For the production is more hands-on, operator-driven workflow, live situations, stages, live studios, and newsroom, obviously broadcast. In this case, also it's controlled by external system that loads the media, so the operator doesn't need to think what files I need to put, what's the last content, and so on. All right. Let me see what other. You can load, exactly as my colleague said, you can load the playlist from AirBox. It will run. Yeah, absolutely. More towards live event. Yes, Juan, PlayBox, you can have a template 24-hour playlist with no news. No, you don't need the ESPN or news system to schedule that. You can put 24 hours lists and that can play. And it's up to you to decide which of our products you can use. The channel in a box that I described, which is more comprehensive system, or just simple file playout based on your needs, whatever you need. Do you need graphics on the top, lower thirds, and all of this, or you just need file playout? It's up to you. So that's what I said. If you give us an idea about your particular workflow, like a simple drawing or some requirement list, send it to our guys. They'll immediately give you the full idea of what you need, what will be the best solution for you. Okay. Floating clips, this is a function of the news system. Yes, I mean, if you float a clip in the news system, it will just take it out of the list. It's not gonna appear, let's say, what I have here. Let me just go and if you unapprove it, or it's just how the newsroom system operates. Basically, this is a function of the newsroom system. When you tell them float this clip, I don't want to use it now, it's going to be out of the list. This is not something that we do. This is how the newsroom system works. Let me, where is my thing? You can get the audio out of the SDI, is embedded on the ProductionAirBox Neo, but you can, depends on which card you have, you can extract it from the SDI as analog or AES. It depends on what video card you're using. If your video card supports AES or something, we support Blackmagic cards, you know, it works fine, and other cards similar. Okay. Juan, thank you very much. Keep the questions coming. This is the whole purpose, guys, of these sessions. I know it gets very boring for me just talking presentation, and nobody answers you know, asks any questions. We love this. I mean, this is why we're doing it. Unfortunately, it's been a long time since we've been at the trade show. We can be face to face, you know, and ask these questions, and you know, talk about technology and products and workflows. So it's perfect. It's perfect. So yes, we mentioned the TriCaster you can use as a, you know, destination with the NDI outputs of the system. As I said, they work simultaneously. SDI, if you have local monitors or something, NDI stream, low latency stream, and you can have also another SDI with time code for your reference in the control room, or use the multi-viewer that we facilitate for all 4 instances, the one that you see behind me, the 4-way split screen. Yes, I mentioned Inception. ROS works with the system works with Inception ROS. So currently we support ENPS, we support Inception ROS. No, not Overdrive, Inception only currently. You can use Mirror News, which is another system, Octopus that I've been showing as the latest addition, and very soon Avid iNews will be added to support the system. We are about to enter the testing stage of this one, so after it's been verified that it works fine, we'll officially push it. So you know, depends on which product you prefer. I think we support quite a few products that should cover most use cases. Basically, I mean, we listen to our customers, what they're asking us, and we're trying to kind of get support for products that are widely adopted and appeal to more people. You know, it's easy to just put the gateway, connect it, and just go run. No need to, you know, to we listen to the customers. Basically, they lead us which systems based on their requests. That's how we go with which systems we add next and so on. Thank you, Juan. Thank you very much for your answers. Answers, questions, of course. Answer. I'm the one trying to give the answers. Okay. So let's see. Do we have more questions? If not, okay. Oh, thank you, guys. So if we don't have, I will stop sharing my screen. Sorry. So if we don't have more questions for now, thank you very much for participating in this webinar session, MOS Newsroom Workflow. Our first session for 2021. More to come in a short time. Keep an eye on your email. Check out our website for latest information, and we'll keep you up to date. And as I mentioned, shortly after we finish this, we'll have in the next days this whole session on our YouTube channel, so you can review it. And you know, if you join us in the middle of the presentation, send us an email with requests if you have some specific question, and we'll try to see if that's interesting. Make it a webinar out of it for everybody, for some particular workflow, some particular use case. So thank you very much. Enjoy the day. Be safe, and I'll hope to see you soon again on the internet. Thanks.